pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sleep on. That's right, Taylor. Public hearing on House Bill HB 355 funding. Now I'll turn the time over to Melissa.
So it looks like the town gets about $37,000, but there is a 25% match. So 25% of 37,000 is 9,250. So a project total would be about $46,000. So stuff that's eligible to use this money on is water, wastewater, public grounds, public buildings, streets. And Kirsten's advice was that if you were to choose streets, you do have the money to write in your account for the 25% match.
What do you guys think? How would you guys like to see this money?
Being as we don't have money in the other accounts with everything else, and we've got the money for the road and street funds through the gas tax. That would be where I would go for it. In my opinion.
Nate, what do you think?
It's tough to shuffle anything around it, and there's a lot of different projects I'd like to see aimed at, but I see you saying gas tax money. What's the deadline on all this?
You have to today, but during the public hearing, you have to select a project, yeah.
We're at the end. Everybody else has started theirs.
So if we were to dedicate this money towards the streets, what streets would we use it on? I know that the council has decided in the past that we were going to work on the streets at the end of West River, that road that runs up that way, from the ditch up that way. We're currently working on the Mine Spur route by the school to get that corner tore out and get it ready for asphalt.
So what is the cost of Mine Spur Wood by the school? Do you have a cost? Because it was $7,000 according to what Marcus wanted for the to lay down for the gravel part, for the base. Do you know what the cost of the asphalt is?
The asphalt probably, well, as an example, now 2 years ago, Jay, he did 2 streets, right here, and then Harley Street and then another street. And I believe that cost us right around $18,000. Now that's us doing all the work and getting it laid down. Now the road that 4 years ago that they put up Carbon Avenue, that street cost us $43,000 to have a company come in and lay down. That's why we decided to do it ourselves, and we'd rather spend the money on asphalt and pay that.
So currently, what do we have exactly for gas tax funds? We had 100 and some, did we not?
I don't know.
I think it was not quite that, but we got a pretty good chunk.
So if you change this into 46,000, that covers, should more than cover Mine Spur. And then you should at least be able to do a good stretch on the River Street. And I would,
Yes.
my deal would be do the worst stretch of it. Are we going to be good for water breaks there, Marcus? I mean,
on up the hill?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't pave over that part of that road. Unless you wanted to tear it up and like do the actual.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Could we do a section of it, and do you know what asphalt's running?
Yeah, it's $73 a ton, and then hauling is about $3.50 a load.
Okay, so, how much are you gonna need to do Minesburg? Have you got that figured out? Math-wise?
That depends on if the county haul it.
350,
Okay.
350
I
dollars.
mean, if the county hauls all it, then we're only gonna do it like $73 a ton. And
Okay.
I'll have to measure it again. I mean, we just went off of like what Google Maps, you know how you measure on Google Maps?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went off of that for
Yeah.
estimating,
Just an estimate.
but it's like 86 tons.
86 tons, so what are you looking at
And
financial?
that's 3 inches thick, so.
How many tons are in a yard?
Two
2 tons in a
per
yard.
yard, yeah. So that's basically how you figure it. You figure how many yards you need, and
Right.
then double.
And you're gonna go how thick?
3 inches. And at least 3 inches base under it. I mean, base is cheaper.
I know base is cheaper, but asphalt stuff like that, you'd be better off on the street to go at least 4.
Yeah.
Parking lots, we do 3. Streets are usually done at 4.
It increases the price. I mean, that's
I
gonna be
understand.
all.
But I don't wanna put money into it and then 2 years, 3 years later,
Right.
have it busting up.
Yeah, 'cause I think on the road they put over here on Carbon Street, it was right at 2 inches, maybe a little more, but not much more than 2 inches thick.
I guess I would have a concern about the bridge, the condition of that bridge. Is it in
Uh-huh.
decent shape, good shape, bad shape?
The culvert.
Aha! Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
in great shape,
we've
no.
discussed that culvert right there. We're not gonna actually touch the culvert.
We're staying 10 feet back from it.
Just in case the culvert's got a leak.
Well, the culvert
Oh.
is not very solid.
Mhm.
We've patched it in the past, you know, we're along the west end of that culvert.
Yeah.
It had rusted through and they just threw a big chunk of rock in there and covered it over. So eventually that's gonna have to come out. But, you know, it's fairly expensive when you start doing that.
Right. I'm sorry, it was 156. 86 ton is what it takes to do what we've got tore out now. It'd be 156 to do the whole road. And then if we go to 4 inches
Well,
thick,
if you wanna stay at 3 inches, that's fine. If
it's
they did
two-
2 over here and it's holding up,
it's 200 ton to go to
It's
4
this
inches
is-
thick.
In Minesburg, that little piece of
Gets
gets
lot of
a
traffic.
lot of
It
traffic.
gets a ton of traffic. What did they put down towards Jerry's, the county and them?
Well, they put in about 4 inches minimum. It was 4 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do 4 inches thick, it just,
I understand
and-
how, but I also understand when we, heavy use.
Now, when
it'd be 16,000 to do.
Yeah.
That's just in the asphalt, not what it
Now,
costs to haul it. So if it,
The last time that we did this, the county hauled for us.
if we get the county to haul it from belly dumps,
That's what we did.
it'll be, then it'll
And
just
then
be
the
the
county,
16,000.
we had the county here grading it, and Jay ran the packer, but that was after all the prep work was done.
Are they interested in doing an interlocal?
Well, we
Yeah.
have an
Somebody
interlocal,
talked-
Scott.
we have an interlocal
Okay.
agreement
Yeah.
Okay.
with the
When I talked to him in May, you know, we were trying to plan out when he'd be available to do this one. And he's thinking in September. So,
Okay. I guess my only other concern is we have a ton of potholes around town that we have filled with gravel that is not productive. And I've got people calling me, complaining, and I don't blame them. And I'm one of them that has put a ton of money into the bottom of my car for, you have tie rods, you have everything, and so.
Well, the gravel's only a temporary.
Yeah.
at the very best.
Well, if we can, I talked to Randy over in Bridger. He's got a small roller that we can get from them. Basically, just putting it in with that plate packer doesn't do a lot for you. I mean, it doesn't really consolidate.
Okay, what we're getting into here is we're getting into,
I just wondered money-wise where we go.
yeah.
Oh,
We need,
on that.
we need to figure out, are we gonna keep this for asphalt and streets?
Yeah, well,
So-
that's just kind of
And
where,
the money for that. So,
I mean,
I don't want to
we'll
run
figure
short.
on
Okay.
where this money's gonna go at a later time, because we are rapidly running out of time here.
yeah.
So, figure out pretty much how much you're gonna need, and let's have some figures on it.
Yeah.
But, for the next meeting, when they start discussing
Yeah.
that, because it may change. You guys may have looked around town and decided that there's another street that needs it worse.
Well,
So, or we can pick out part of that street and do that and then something else. But that's at a later date.
yeah.
So let's,
Okay.
Yep.
let's
Okay,
let's
streets.
focus on this. Do we have anything else?
I've got a question.
Okay.
The asphalt mix you're talking about, is that a binder mix or no?
It's a hot mix that
Is
we're paving that road with. I mean, it's
Is it chips or
no, well,
stone, regular stone?
Regular asphalt.
yeah, it's just
Hot mix
regular asphalt. They use 3/4 1-inch crush in it. I don't, I'm not sure all what goes into asphalt. I mean, I worked a lot of years in concrete.
Or there's different mixes in asphalt?
Well, there is, but what they're getting would be straight out of the batch on a hot mix, is just straight over asphalt.
Yeah.
It's just like a parking lot mix. You're not gonna get highway grade, trust me, you don't wanna pay for highway grade asphalt.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking some round stone?
No, it'll be it's crushed. It is
Yeah.
crushed
Okay.
gravel
It's
in
either
there.
3/4 or 1-inch crush. I'm not sure. Is it?
And we're gonna get a road base down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because as he found even on this street,
There's no base
when they
under
put
it.
these streets in years ago, they put them in with sand.
Yeah.
And
No base
nothing's
under it.
holding up. So
Well,
we
that's
need to
part of
have
why
a good road
asphalt
base
will
down.
start. You gotta get a base down.
That's why we're getting that over from Bridger.
As you notice, it's about a foot down.
Well, yeah,
Anyway,
you need it.
let's go ahead and let's bring this thing to a head. We have a motion.
Do we have public? Are we supposed to ask the public?
We need public comment on it before we do the motion. We have, Jerry.
The only thing I have is, when you said you did Hardy there with that blacktop,
Yes.
and you and Mr. Miller agreed that the Legion was going to pay you for doing their parking lot, did you get paid for that?
As far as I know, we did, yes.
Do you have a record of that I could see?
I don't know. Would have to look.
Because I'd like to find that, because I don't think they paid you.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Would have to go back into the records. Would have to get with Melissa or Christian and. they'll
Because I
go
talked
back
to her
in
once and she didn't know
and
how
look.
either.
Yeah.
Kirsten would.
You'd have to ask.
Okay,
Chris.
could you ask about that, please?
Yes.
You know at the time you're bringing in the hot mix, if you dug your holes out, you could probably take a skid steer and
Yeah.
take hot mix right to them and.
There is the plan to do that, actually, while we're doing that road. There'd
We,
be a
gentlemen, we
spot.
need to hurry.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
Do we have any other public comment on House Bill 355? Funding? Or do you use the funding for the roads? We need a motion.
Okay, I'll second it. Motion.
You got me.
Somebody else?
I move to allocate the money using gas tax.
I think this is just a public hearing. We don't vote on this until we do the resolution during the meeting.
There isn't a resolution.
Is there not a resolution?
No.
Yeah, the
It just
resolution.
says
I
pledge
think you
of
just have to take public
public
comment.
hearing.
it's just public hearings.
Okay, yeah.
So it is a 5:30.
However,
Okay, so I guess we don't need it.
Okay.
Okay,
mhm.
so it's gonna be,
It's on here.
we have a motion. Contact. Motion to close?
You adjourn the meeting? I'll second.
in favor?